What's going on, everyone? A bit of a surprising video today here for both you and me. Woke up this morning, got some fresh intel from our man It's Stewart. Turns out Riot has sleeper dropped patch 2.6a. Let's take a look at those patch notes. So here we are, coming at you from the future. As you can see, this was released on the 17th. Today is actually the 15th, so we're definitely living in the future here. Wild Rift patch notes 2.6a. I have checked in game, these changes are already live, so if you've been playing today, you've probably already been playing with the patch and you haven't even realized it. The weather outside is frightful, but the fire is being brought down in the form of fiery justice and few swords for the latest addition to Wild Rift, Kale. We've checked our list and are bringing nerfs and updates across the Rift. Here's patch 2.6a. They mentioned here this is the last patch of 2021, so we'll not be getting a patch in 2 weeks, obviously, because it will be the holiday season, you know, Christmas, New Year's, all that good stuff. Normally, Riot ends taking a couple weeks off during this time. I think it's for all the games are having this scenario, so nothing too surprising here. But yeah, basically, don't expect anything else until 2021 or 2022. I know what year it is, and then maybe we'll get something like maybe even like 3.0 or something. You never know. They say, don't worry, we're back in January, more updates. So I guess in January we'll find out. New skins coming. Project Vane, baby. This skin is so cool. It has a cool motorcycle effect, like, you know, the Mundo car, the corporate Mundo car. Same energy. So we got Bad, Santa Vigar, Santa Braun, Winter Wonder Lulu. Project skins coming. Kale, Fiora, Jin, Katarina Vane. They showed a lot of these in the dev diaries. We already knew about them. Blood Moon Thresh is coming. Very cool skin. Dunkmaster Darius, it's a classic as well. It's Steel Lux. This one's actually banned in competitive play on PC, I think, because the spells are too OP. Kind of crazy. Lux is getting another skin, man. Like, come on. Can we just get some like skins to other champs? Like, it's crazy. I mean, Akali getting another skin as well. She just got Silver Fang. I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm gonna play Project Akali, but you know, I'm still upset about it on some level. Where's like a skin for somebody who doesn't have a skin? I can't think of it on the top of my head. But if there was somebody, where is it? Got accessories coming. Look at this little penguin. Oh, is that a bauble? Dude, I'm using that one. Straight up using that one. Oh, cool. There's borders for the project skins. That's pretty neat. This is normally a PC thing. I wonder what the maybe that's something to do with the. There's loading screen borders. Maybe it's something to do with the project event that they mentioned down here. There's a New Year's Fluffed event, Project Boost event. So this might be where you get the border upgrade. Could be cool. Champion changes. We got Akshan. Akshan players have a good grappler's playstyle. He's able to swing into multiple lanes because of his fast wave clear mid-game roams. We're pulling some power out of his early game, mid-game spikes, so it makes it a bit more difficult for him to swing to victory. 6 AD nerf, pretty noticeable for sure, especially on that double attack, and also a nerf to the base damage of Avengerang. Maybe this will push you more towards maxing a third ability instead of Avengerang, but the wave clear is really nice on that spell, so I think it's tough to give up. But I have already seen some Akshan players, like starting with an NA, likes to max third ability a lot. It's not super uncommon, so definitely could see it happening. That kind of build being pushed more towards, but it does definitely lack some of the utility, I think, of maxing Avengerang. Amumu, we're a bit too cautious with our previous Amumu changes. We didn't want to overwhelm him with too many new friends. We're giving him back some of the stats we previously removed and giving his bandage toss a bit of a boost to help this mummy find his place and friends on the Rift. So 80 base HP back, that's crazy. 5 armor, bandage toss cooldown going down 3 seconds to 1.5 seconds. 3 at rank 1, 1.5 at rank 4, and base damage getting increased by 10 across the board. This is massive. I think this almost practically guarantees if Amumu support will be at least viable, if not really good. 80 base HP is so much. I don't know about Amumu jungle. I think the champ is still kind of weak contextually in the jungle, especially in Wild Rift jungle. I don't think he's like, you know, he benefits much from the changed rules, but maybe he could be playable there. But certainly as support, I think you should definitely try this out if you're a support player. I think you'll feel really good. You'll feel really tanky in lane. Like 80 HP and 5 armor is so much like bot lane relevant stats. Because obviously most of the important champs in bot lane are 80, right? The 80 carry. So you're mitigating so much damage. This is super substantial, I think. You should definitely give it a try if you're a support main. Camille players that master her precision and dominate the laning phase and take over a game with her roaming and scaling. We're cutting down on the frequency of passives, so she has to be even more precise and decisive with her trading in lane. Plus 10 health per level, and then her passive shield is actually going from 10 seconds all the time to 18, 16, 14, 12 at each of her ultimate levels. This is actually a really big nerf, actually, especially to her early lane trading. I think this is finally like a big enough nerf that we'll definitely see Camille fall a bit. Most of the nerfs they've done, they haven't really had much of an impact, but this shield nerf really affects her early trading patterns and makes her early laning a lot weaker. Good Camille players will definitely take advantage of adaptive defenses. Use it very actively, especially in physical matchups. It's very, very effective. A little bit less so in magic matchups, but not nothing. It's still noticeable sometimes, but it's generally harder to proc it effectively. But in melee or in physical matchups especially, you definitely get a lot of value out of adaptive defenses. So most Camille players will definitely notice this change. It makes her early game laning a lot weaker. So definitely could see a fall of Camille finally, because she's been pretty better the entire time. Fiora just wants a worthy opponent, but recently she hasn't been giving her opponents enough opportunities for a fair duel. Increasing the cooldown of riposte to give those who want to challenge her to a duel more chances to play around her vulnerabilities. So riposte CD going up 5 at rank 1 down to 2 at rank 4. This is pretty noticeable. This spell is really low cooldown. I don't think it'll make Fiora too much weaker overall compared to Camille, because Lunge isn't really getting touched, and Lunge is still a very low cooldown in lane phase, which makes her very impressive to lane against. And I think the riposte is still a low enough cooldown that even only having 1 in the early game should be fine. But I think it'll mainly be a bigger deal maybe in the mid game a bit. Obviously she's building ability haste by that point, but obviously, you know, I mean, generally you max riposte last. So it'll remain at the longer cooldown the whole game. But overall, I don't think it'll be super substantial. I think she'll still play roughly the same. Her lane phase should be pretty much as strong. A little bit weaker situationally, but for the most part, you don't need more than 1 riposte to win trades or win a duel. You weren't really getting that anyway, so it would be super noticeable in that regard. But maybe it gives her like gank windows, makes them a little bit more open where she can't just riposte the jungler away and get away with it. Fizz loves tripping up his opponents with his slippery tricks. However, his high mobility and powerful burst damage have come across more frustrating than playful recently. To reduce the frustration around Fizz's play pattern, pulling back on how frequently he can all in, kill a target and slip away unscathed, so nerfing Chum the Water's base CD plus 10 in every rank. That's a nice change. Fizz is definitely a little bit impressive, especially when he gets ahead. So yeah, I don't hate this too much. Don't think the champ is in a super good spot, but overall I think it's pretty fine. Jarvan IV. Jarvan is a flex pick that has been strong, consistent harass in the Baron lane, and powerful ganks from the jungle. But flying under the radar is a strong pick for a while, but as players start to pick up more frequently and optimize his build, he's risen to be too powerful, so taking away some of the lane poking power as well as some of his jungle clear speed, 6 base AD, and Dragon Strike base damage getting reduced. Yeah, this will definitely hit the jungle a bit, and also it will limit that Baron lane style where you just play Jarvan, press your auto lock on the enemy champion and just spam Dragon Strike because you literally can't miss. He'll still be pretty good, I think, in the Baron lane, even with these lower numbers, if you do want to play that style. But yeah, definitely will feel a little bit weaker for sure. Kaiser, the Daughter of the Void, has been vulnerable in lane since the changes we made to Icathian Rain in the previous patch. We're giving some buffs to her scaling to compensate for her vulnerable early game and help her take down enemies later on. 5% AD ratio to Icathian Rain. I guess this is per missile, so it's actually kind of a, you know, it's more like a... How many missiles do you shoot with Evolve? Is it 9? It's like a 45% ratio increase? I don't know if that's how that math works, but it might be. If not, it's just like a kind of a small buff that would be sort of good, but not amazing. And supercharged bonus attack speed, 45 to 60 to 45 to 75. So mid game, when you finish ranking up your third ability, which is level 11. That sounded really confident, right? I think it's level 11. You actually get a really substantial mid game spike. 75% is really high. Obviously 60 was already very high, but 315% attack speed, you can't be mad at that. Should feel pretty good. Kale. Kale is a late game carry, but she's been too strong in the early game. She's been scaling slightly too well, so we're cutting back on how hard she can serve her justice. 6 base AD gone. Attack speed per level 270 to 220. I don't really know what this means. I don't know how this stat works when written in this form, but probably noticeable. Armor per level going down a bit, and base damage on her ultimate being reduced as well. Seems like some fairly light taps. Hopefully she'll still be playable, but could be substantial enough that she's pretty garbo now. Who knows? Have to test her a bit, I guess, to get the full story. Lee Sin. Lee Sin is a popular champion who is strong in higher level games but could use a little bit of help in lower level games. We're cautiously giving him some slight buffs that should help him in lower level games but shouldn't impact him in higher level play. He's getting a bit more health regeneration to help with his jungle clears and giving his ultimate more damage. Hope these changes allow for Lee Sin to be seen at all levels of play. This is the biggest middle finger Riot has ever given me. 1.5 health regen and 25 base damage on ultimate all ranks. Please nerf this champion. This is a joke. Olaf. This Freljordan Berserker has been underperforming for quite some time now, so we're giving a boost to his damage and chasing potential. 0.95 AD per level. It's kind of nice, and slow ratio increased on Undertow at higher ranks. I think you max your third ability in this game, right? But maybe this will make you max Undertow. I don't think it's a big enough buff to change that, but I think most people are maxing, what's it called, Reckless Swing. But yeah, I don't think this will push you to maxing Undertow. It should be a nice mid-game buff, I suppose. Bit higher chasing potential. Won't be too noticeable, I imagine. Renekton. Renekton is an unstoppable force in the Baron lane, dominating in the early game and transitioning into a mid-game menace with relative ease. We're slightly reducing his scaling power and taking away from the uptime on his stun to make it work a bit harder to slice and dice through his opponents. 0.95 attack damage growth, so that's per level, right? Is it? I don't even know. It's 80 per level here, and this is written as attack damage growth. Which is really confusing, but I think it's the same thing. So he's losing like basically 180 per level. And Ruthless Predator's going up 1 second every rank. This is kind of similar to the Fiora change where you max Ruthless Predator last on Renekton, so it will be a higher CD the whole game, but I don't think it's enough to really make the champion any weaker. I think he'll still be pretty insanely strong. Senna. Senna's been excelling at both ranked play and pro play through the use of her attacks rather than her utility, taking away some of her range to lower her ability to deal damage without her opponents being able to respond, and in return, giving Senna a small buff to give her allies some more protection. Absolution, losing additional attack range per 20 soul, 25 range down to 15 range, and Dawning Shadow shield amount, 3 shield health per soul up to 4 shield health per soul. So it's a buff to the Dawning Shadow shield, which is her ultimate, and she's losing 10 range per soul. So it's basically, yeah, making her into more of a utility carry when she gets stacks, as opposed to being more about that big late game DPS. Twisted Fate. Previously, we cut down Twisted Fate for his powerful cross-map plays and reliable scaling, particularly in the hands of skilled players. However, we went overboard with these changes, so we're dealing the Cardmaster a new hand with some better cards. Base stats, 10 health per level, pretty nice, 150 sorry, at max level. And pick a card, cooldown going up, or going down, sorry, by 1 second at all ranks. So they raised it by like 2 at all ranks, and now they're lowering it back to closer to where it was before. Should put TF in a bit of a better spot. I think the bigger issue is that Roa got deeply nerfed as well, but maybe this health per level base stat increase does kind of negate the slower stacking Rod of Ages, could be the case. Overall, still not sure. TF has definitely disappeared since those nerfs, and I'm not sure this will bring it back, because yeah, I think he's kind of got hit by too many things at the same time. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Maybe he'll be better. And the free-to-play chapter invitation. So yeah, that's patch 2.6a. Definitely not a terrible patch. I like some of these changes. I don't like other ones. I think stuff like the Camille nerf is very smart. I think the Camille, or the Lee Sin buff is less smart. But, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this patch review. Thank you very much for watching. You can leave a like and subscribe. Feel free to comment down below. Let me know what change you're most excited for. I think, honestly, for me, it's a Mumu. I think a Mumu support's pretty cool. And it'd be nice to see him in the meta. It seems pretty neat. At least until I get bored of getting Mumu ulted every 10 seconds. But up until then, woo, Mumu! Yeah, thank you guys very much for watching again. And I'll see you in the next video. Have a great rest of your day. Appreciate ya. Peace!